What's up, YouTube? My name is Rob and I'm back for another reaction video. Now, this time around I'm going back to Krept and Konan. I'm checking out Krept and Konan, My Story. And the main reason I'm checking out this particular video is because I already checked out other video that Krept did last night in Legos. And that was a really hard-hitting video for me. He had insanely clever wordplay in it, but more so than that, the video wasn't even really about the clever wordplay. It was about the hard-hitting messages he had about wanting to strive for more and wanting to grow and be bigger than just what the life of the streets has set people out to be. And that's a theme that I've been really appreciating, really applauding on all my other videos that I've checked out. Specifically when I checked out Dave and when I've checked out Akala. Those are two other rappers that had that same message. And something I focused on my reaction video for that last night in Legos was that they are all unrelated people, but they still had the common heart and the common bond of sharing that same message. And it just goes to show just how universal those messages are. And I just really applaud that and really just like to focus in on that. Now, I'm going to keep this intro short because I just know this is going to be a hard-hitting video. As soon as I type the thing to pull the video up, on the first page of stuff, I saw a bunch of different reactions. This video is like 4 years old. A bunch of different reactions, and I think like on 3 of the reactions, the thumbnail for the videos that I saw, for 3 of the videos, I saw this one guy that was crying and said he cried. I saw this other lady where it was like, wow, this is deep, hard-hitting messages. That's what they wrote in the title. And I saw like maybe the last person's like deep-hearted messages or something like that, in the same effect for that title as well. So I'm expecting this to be a long video, because I'm going to try to keep this really short and get into it as fast as possible, and then have the discussion after I've checked out the video. I just know this is going to be good, which I'm like really excited about, and I just want to get into it. So with that being said, let me go and give my shout outs. A month ago, first person I'm going to mention, his name is Hanif Kamali. I'm so sorry if I butchered that, my man. And once again, that is Hanif, H-A-N-I-F, Kamali, K-A-M-A-L-Y. He requested this video a month ago. And then the other 2 YouTubers who requested that I check out this video are 2 longtime supporters of my channel, and I love and appreciate you both. The first one is Brian Harkin. Again, that is Brian Harkin. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I know he sent me some other stuff that I ended up checking out and ended up loving. Again, thank you so much, my man, for having me check out those videos. And then the last person that I'm going to mention, who also had me check out a video that I ended up reacting to, Theory Henry. And he had, if you can see in this like picture we got right here, he actually had a bunch of different things that he wanted me to check out, and I got to see what I'm going to check out. But odds looking good for you, my man, and you stick with my channel, I bet you probably will see those videos in the future. So again, I want to give those shout outs to Hanif Kamali, Brian Harkin, and Theory Henry. Thank you so much for checking out my channel, and thank you so much for giving me suggestions. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and kick this thing off in 3, 2, 1, click. Back to that golden throne. Okay.
This is my story.
Harsh sounds.
Emergency operator, which service, please?
This is my story. Came from radio, it was late. Left the car, went straight to my gate. Head straight, didn't even look left. Got my key out, started hearing footsteps. Right over my shoulder, had to act fast, I can hear them getting closer. Trying to keep calm and put my key into the door. Thinking to myself, if I don't make it, then it's over. I don't know how I managed it. Ran into my mum's room panicking. Mum shouting at me, Carl, what's happening? Carl shouting at me, Carl, what's happening? How the hell did I get in this? Trying to hold the door, but it's coming off the hinges.
Oh my God.
Somebody wake me from this dream now. Then I hear a gunshot and my mum scream out. Somebody come and save the day. Somebody take this pain away. How can I ask God for help now? When I ain't even prayed today. Is this how my life ends? Nowhere to run, no place to hide in. Carl ran out of the room trying to fight them. 2 more gunshots, everything's silent. Mum ran downstairs, she's crying. And I can't move a muscle, but I'm trying. Praying for an ambulance, but I can't hear a siren. She said he shot, I hope she's lying. I hear her shouting out for help, I think he's dying. I'm thinking, why him? Was it wrong place, wrong time? And I see him at the bottom of the stairs. Mum shaking while the neighbours trying to save him, heart racing, wishing I could disappear. And it should have been me, but it's him lying there. And I know it isn't fair. I phoned Skank's phone, shook, my whole body's in shock, I couldn't even shed a tear. Trapped in this nightmare, how did I get here?
All the pain, all the fears falling on me. All the blood, sweat and tears, but don't worry. Flashing lights, see my life flash before me. This is my story, this is my story.
Woke up to a ping on my BlackBerry. It was a message from Cone saying somebody tried to kill me and got my family. I rubbed my eyes, is this a dream or reality? Cone said, Krept, who the fuck was this mad at me? God, how we gonna solve this catastrophe? Then God gave us all this, it was a blessing from him. Cause it stopped us from going getting reckless on it. Thinking to quit music, thinking to go and do something stupid, but things fell in place and started improving. That's why I say the music chose us, we didn't choose it. Bearing in mind, Cone started from scratch. Feds took his house, money, clothes, he never had jack. Then I got a call from Vash, he told us the plan, so we got up in the lab. Then things started to pick up even more. Skepta hollered at me, said that we should come and talk. Skepta don't even realise what he did for us. Well, if you're listening, thank you for help fixing us. From the tour, all these shows started coming in. Back on our feet now, the money started flooding in. Invested in clothes, and money started doubling. Now so much for struggling. Watching Cones getting back up on his feet. Thinking how's he coping, I couldn't if it was me. Now play dirty's on the up, fucking up the streets. Every day a new city that we reach. But even though we turned around the mess, I'm sitting in my yard thinking that I could be next. Thinking, did I give anyone this address? That shit that happened to Cone still playing in my head. Thinking about the day it happened when I saw his mum. And she told me, please look after my son. Not a single tear on her face showing, even though I know her heart's broken. Staying strong even though it's stressing, cause she lost her husband, and that being the second. That's why the music is a must to us. Coney's gonna make it up to
This
us.
is my story. All the pain, all the fears falling on me. All the blood, sweat and tears, but don't worry. Flashing lights, see my life flash before me. This is my story. This is my story. All the pain, all the fears falling on me. All the blood, sweat and tears, but don't worry. Flashing lights, see my life flash before me. This is my story. This is my story.
Who knows about payday? Who knows about Krept and Konan?
Wow. Wow. That was 5 minutes? Wow. 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 Alright, so 5 minutes. That was a 5-minute video that just felt like 30 seconds. Just because the way it was done from a cinematography standpoint, and then just in the intensity of the story itself, it was hard-hitting and to the point without dancing around any intense subject. It just went in. It just went hard, and it's really jarring just to experience that. You probably saw my face and my expression when the 2 times the guns went off. the first shot and then the second shot again, because that is just a chilling feeling to have the idea of guns being in the home. When I was a child, something my mother used to always say to me when I was going to sleep, son, I'm really blessed that we're living where we're living, because there are some people that have to worry about people breaking into their homes all the time. And I thank God all the time, every day, every night, that we don't have to be in that situation, because no matter what, me and your father, we worked really hard, especially hard to make sure that when you and your older sister went to sleep, the two of you can put your head down safely on your pillow and know that you're safe in your own bed. And I know from watching this video, I know for a lot of people that's not necessarily the case, and in this video we see that being directly the case, where I'm pretty sure Krept started out on the narrative of the video, explaining how he was followed to his home and people literally broke into his home as he was trying to just go home. And while his parents, or I believe at least his mother, and I don't know if that was his stepfather, I don't know who Carl was to him. That wasn't totally clear to me in this video. Please just clear that up. His mother, and I'm guessing by default his father or stepfather, was in the bed, and he goes in to try to protect himself, but he ends up being a critical mistake, because the people following him go straight in and they end up killing his father, who was just trying to protect them. And a big thing that he focuses on with this rap, this cipher, is just how that weighs on him. And he himself says, it should have been me, because this was a good man that went and lost his life for my fault. And that's crazy. That's seriously a really hard, heavy thing for somebody to try to weigh themselves down with mentally and just try to walk away with. If he blames himself for that, that's truly just frightening, because ultimately that wasn't his fault, in the sense that other people, you can't hold yourself accountable to what other people's actions and what they did. And it's just really strong how that weighed on him in that sense of just what he was mentioning about. And he was talking about how he was just astounded by how all this terrible things could happen to him, and happen to the people around him that he actually cared about. And that, I think, is what made this such a hard-hitting rap, and just made it hit you on that personal level. Now, you didn't need to fully understand what was going on to understand that first half of that video. The people following him into his house, and his parents being threatened, or people who cared about it at least, being threatened for stuff that they had no idea about. And they're just being jarred and woken up with this in the middle of the night. And that ended up being that one man's last night in existence. That was that first half of that video where it's like I was totally understanding that, was totally picking up. Now, the part that didn't totally make sense to me was when we started to get into the second half of the video. Now, from the second half of the video, I really understand, my strongest understanding is that after that, in the aftermath of that, and around the same time, Krept, which was the guy who we were hearing that first half of the story narrative from, was talking about how he and Konan had relied on their music. And Krept said he was thinking about, at one point he was going to quit, but he was thinking, you know what, hey, that might have been a stupid move, or if I did quit, I might have just gone off to do something else stupid that would have got me involved with some other gangbanging type crap, which would have also just caused me to lose possibly somebody else that I cared about. And he said I would have gone and done something stupid. So he ends up saying, look, me and Konan, we relied on the music. to get through both of our hard times. And this is one of the quick things that I wasn't that created just ambiguity to me and just my understanding of what was going on. We saw for like half the videos what Krept went through, and having either his father or stepfather, whoever he was, get shot in his own home or the home of his mother, right? We saw that. But when we go to talk about Konan's side of it, he basically gets maybe like 1 or 2 lines where he says the government took away his home, all his possessions, and all that. And that created ambiguity in just my understanding of what was going on, because I felt like I almost should have needed to seen that, or felt like I wish he could have elaborated on that more. I would have loved to, well, that's a bad choice of words. I don't love to see people in pain, but I would love to have seen him share his story. And I've also seen his side of it, to say how he also came back to that point in time where they both had went through a thing, and then they both merged at that point in time where they would have gotten together and said they need to lean on each other. I don't think I have a thorough enough understanding of how Konan was fitting into the full equation, other than the fact that they became a rap duo. They both were going through a hard time. They both leaned on each other. They both leaned on music, and the music ended up creating opportunity for them to grow as people and get more money coming into their lives. They actually could pull themselves up from either poverty or just pull themselves up from that rough situation that they were in. And if it was in this video and I totally missed it, please don't hate me. I saw this thing like twice, and I tried to understand it for the full aspect of what it was before I went back and did a pseudo analysis of it and gave my thoughts of it. Please, when I'm not understanding, please put it in the comment section below and educate me. I really would like that before I can shoot off the cuffs and make observations that are ultimately wrong. So just please, if I'm wrong, please educate me, guide me back, so I can fully understand it, fully take it in. The video ends up leaving off at the time at a point where the mother goes to Krept. She says, "Watch over my son." To which I guess they were referring to Konan at that point, which I don't know if that would make them brothers or stepbrothers. I'm not totally sure how they fit into each other. I know they're a duo, but I didn't know to what extent. And that to me is like really scaring me, really frustrating me in terms of my full appreciation and full understanding of this rap, the full understanding of this cipher. So please get back to me with that so I can fully understand that and fully just take it all in, because I don't like being in this position. I was moved, and you saw it. I was moved from the get-go of when the first shots rang out, and just the openness and willingness that these two men had to share their story and where they were, what it did for them, and how it affected them. And in the end, I guess it just goes to show you again, along with the other stuff that the other video that Krept put out, Krept Last Night in Lagos, it just goes to show you that this stuff does not end well. And if I could do it all over again, I would not be involved with that. I would just go on my own route and just avoid it as much of it as possible, because in the end I lost people I cared about. And it's not even like he's making this up and he's describing something that happened to somebody else. This happened to him personally. He puts a picture up at the end of showing the guy that lost his life trying to protect other people. And that just makes that all the more harder, just harsher of a subject to just get into. And it just shows his appreciation and loving memory of that man. And it's just deep. It's just really deep. So with that being said, please tell me your thoughts on this video. Please tell me what I'm missing in this video that I need to understand in order to get a full appreciation of it, because I really do want that full appreciation of it. I feel I'm missing some key details of what went on, but as best as I can tell in my analysis, both of them had went through rough periods in their lives where they had to both turn to each other and turn to music as to be their savior, the ultimate savior, into guiding them up to a higher life, and then ultimately helping each other out in the process and leaning on each other in the process. And I really appreciate that, and I really respect that. So yeah, please just let me know what you think and what I'm missing. And also, with any of my other videos, I'll tell you this too. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and also, more importantly than that, leave a suggestion to a video you want me to check out next that you think are in the same vein of just hard-hitting stuff that you would really like me to have a discussion on, that I can have a discussion on, or things that you really think will be moving or is really moving to you. I really appreciate it, because it creates better videos and my ability to just react to it and actually have something to discuss about, as opposed to being just reacting to it and then kind of like just feeling for stuff and basically saying, hey, oh, it's kind of just a flex rap. It was kind of, he was just talking about how cool he was, how stylish he was, or how big his car was, or how many girls. Just like, let's please just avoid that, because you've been sending me some really great stuff and I truly appreciate it. But in the end, I want to have a meaningful conversation that just goes into deep topics that we can all discuss and learn from as people. And that being said, I just want to thank you for checking out this video, and please check out my other videos. That was intense. It really was. So that being said, thank you for checking out my video. Ciao for now. Later.